Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. This is a review of the Scarlet Spider action figure. He was part of the Spider-Man Classics wave. Basically, before Marvel Legends started, and what we know from Toy Biz, they had a Spider-Man line called Spider-Man Classics. It didn't last long, but those classics were before Marvel Legends, and a lot of the stuff they did in the Classics lines, in terms of articulation and detailing, was what Marvel Legends did and improved upon. And then they had another Spider-Man line of action figures solo after the Classics, but this was also a store exclusive, and it's the Scarlet Spider. I put him on the Marvel Legends display since he does fit in enough. Even though it is an early action figure, it is unfortunately also the only Scarlet Spider action figure in the 6-inch scale that they did make. So there's been no other figure of it. What disappointed fans is it has a cloth vest, and originally in the prototype pictures it had a detailed sculpted vest, and fans were kind of disappointed with the cloth vest. And one other thing to notice is the Scarlet Spider has a belt in terms of the character in the comic books. When this action figure came out, it did not have a belt. It had the web shooters, it had the bags at the feet. It didn't have a belt. I took a 5-inch Spider-Man action figure from another line, and it had a belt that fit here well, so I used that belt on this action figure, and looks great. Now, and that completes the costume. Scarlet Spider was a clone of Peter Parker called Ben Reilly, and this clone took on the mantle eventually of Spider-Man. Eventually the Green Goblin killed him, and that was the end of the Spider-Man clone. In the comics, the Scarlet Spider is coming back. A new person is going to be under the costume, and the costume won't be the same as this one. One thing to notice is it's a very plain body. The head moves side to side, some up and down, has a neck articulation there side to side, but it's not sculpted on, it's just painted on. Later on they would add sculpts, Toy Biz, but this was just painted on. He has a vest here, you can see the spider symbol on it, but it's not on the back, and in the comic books the spider symbol was also on the back of the vest. He does have a hood though, it just hangs up always, it's never down. And you can put the hood on the costume, so that does kind of look cool if you could position it right. Shoulders, side to side, up and down. Double elbows in terms of articulation. Here would be a glove top articulated at the forearms. Wrists in and out. The hands can have articulation point right in the middle, so you could do the Spidey pose right there, right in the middle, an articulation point. He has the web shooters right at the wrists here. He has those little bags at the feet. Nice articulation, upper body, up and down, side to side. Waist articulation. Articulation at the hips, but it's not the ball joint type that we saw later on. Up and down, side to side. Upper thigh cuts right there. Toy Biz changed that later on, that upper thigh cut. Double knees. Articulate it right there, boot top. Feet, up and down, and toe articulation. Same here. You can get some really cool poses out of it. Later on they would improve the sculpt details and maybe shading and stuff, but on its own, it's not a bad figure. All of the articulation he has, really articulated character. Marvel Legends would take all the articulation here, change it up and improve upon it a little bit. And same thing with the sculpts, they would get more detailed. But on its own, not a bad character. Really cool that he got an action figure at least. And if you're a fan of Scarlet Spider in the 6-inch scale, this is the only figure that they have of the character. That's it. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later. The Spider-Man clone. Fighting for clone rights everywhere. Spider-Man, the universe needs your help. The universe needs my help? I'm ready. Let's go. Wait a minute. The Infinity Gems tell me you're not the real Spider-Man. You're just a clone. I'll keep looking for Spider-Man.